Well, hey there, everyone. I'm meteorologist Hannah Fink, and I'm going to be talking about the big picture in this week's forecast. Right now, we're getting into that warming trend where we could be seeing temperatures near 80 degrees, which almost feels like our springtime. But if you're missing somebody who likes the cold, don't worry, it is coming next week. We are currently tracking two fronts that are about to pass through the area. One that's going to bring humidity and showers and maybe a few thunderstorms, and the other one going to bring us the coldest air of the fall. So let's walk through what the forecast is doing right now. Currently, we have this high pressure sitting over us right now. And that is as of Tuesday, November 4th, and this is going to continue shifting to the east. High pressure acts as a dome over our area, and this is what has prevented any rain or clouds to come overhead and also helps us bring in our dry temperatures. So another thing that I wanted to point out that's actually kind of interesting is we use the winds to help forecast fronts. Now, why do we do that exactly? Well, as of Wednesday, we'll have this easterly wind shift around 5 miles per hour. It's not very strong. Same thing there for Thursday. We're slowly starting to get into those stronger wind speeds, about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then Friday, we go to a southerly wind. Now, what exactly does this mean? Well, before a front approaches the area, we usually see winds before the front being southerly or coming from the south. You can see that on Friday. That's when that first front approaches. The second front doesn't approach until Sunday, and you can see that northwest 10 to 15 miles per hour. Well, once the front leaves the area, that's when we start seeing those northerly winds or winds coming out of the north. So that there just tells us how those fronts are slowly going to approach, just giving us a little idea of timing. Here's a look at our global models. This is a Euro model, kind of showing you how this moisture kind of sets up. Now, this isn't going to be exact. This is subjected to change as it's still quite far out. You can see this is 6:30 in the morning. We're starting to introduce a little cloud coverage to the area, seeing some showers west of us over in coastal Mississippi. Then into Friday evening, this is about 4 o'clock, we could see some blanketed showers and thunderstorms possible. Now, really, we're probably going to just see some showers. The possibility of a rumble of thunder here and there is also likely, but really we could just see some rain. We're at right now a 40% chance, but that could change as we get closer together, get closer to that specific date, and models start to come together more in agreement. Then that slowly moves out of the area. We could see some showers into the overnight hours into Saturday morning as well, some lingering ones during the day Saturday. Now here's 8 a.m. Sunday. You can kind of see that front there, see those cloud coverage. I'll point it out for you here. See this right here, this kind of line? This is that second front. And as you can see, not much moisture is associated with it behind it. There's maybe be a brief shower or two, but most of the showers are associated with that first front. This one's actually going to bring us our coldest air of the season, which also could be the first freeze of the season as well. So that's one thing to keep in mind, getting you ahead of the game here. This is going to play out, and look how clear we get on our Monday. Not really a cloud in the sky. Some lingering ones possible, yes, but we start to see that northerly wind. You can see the winds going from the north to the south. That's going to dry us, give us that dry air and not a lot of cloud coverage as well. Here's a look at our rain chances. So over the next 5 days, we're going to continue to stay dry until about Friday. Then we have a 30% chance of seeing showers and maybe a thunderstorm during the day. But around 4 o'clock is we really can see that higher rain chance. These are likely to go up in the next day or so. But right now we have that chance for isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms. Then Saturday, some of those showers and thunderstorms can linger on. We have a 20% for those showers from the first front lingering through, then 30% into the overnight hours for some showers that could be ahead of us, that secondary front. It's been quite dry across the area. Well, that definitely changes. Wednesday and Thursday, we're in that pleasant category, but Friday and Saturday, we are grazing that muggy category, so it's definitely going to be humid. You're going to feel it for sure, but luckily on Sunday, after that front passes through, we'll be in that more pleasant category, and we'll slowly begin to go down. The reason why we could see a thunderstorm is this surge in moisture ahead of Friday's front could feel some of these storms and possibly make them actual thunderstorms rather than just showers. But right now, we're not really seeing much of a chance to see strong thunderstorms after this time. But after that first front stalls out, dew points stay elevated through Saturday, so we stay warm and muggy. Then the forecast changes a little bit to a different route. This is the Climate Prediction Center's temperature outlook from November 10th to the 14th. So this will be next week. You can see that we're going to be closer to that cooler than normal temperature. We're there in the lighter shade blue across the area. That's because those fronts start to move out of the area. So let's break down what it does to our lows over the next 7-day period. So we start with our overnight lows. This is where the change is the most obvious. Average this time of year is about 51 degrees. We're still below that for our Wednesday. We're just near that for Thursday. But look at Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're getting into the 60s. So we're going to start off our day pretty warm. And that's because that front and that lingering humidity is not going to help us out with our temperatures. But once that front moves through the area, look what our temperatures do on Monday as well as Tuesday. 45 on Monday and 35 for Tuesday. This lines up perfectly with what models and the National Weather Service are signaling that this is going to most likely be our first freeze of the season because of becoming increasingly probable. Deterministic models, ensemble guidance, and the national blend of models have all trended cooler over multiple runs, and this will probably continue on over the next few days as we get closer to next week. So the increase in confidence that a freeze is likely is probably possible. So we're going to probably see interior southeast Mississippi and interior southwest Alabama currently forecasted to drop into the lower 30s. Even coastal counties could see low to mid 30s and then lower 40s as well. We're going to break that down in here. Here is a look at our forecast lows for Tuesday morning. This is the 11th. Look at this. We have 30 in Chatham, Grove Hill, Monroeville, and Evergreen, as well as Brewton, 32 in Calvert, 31 in Atmore, 34 degrees in Mobile, 35 in Fairhope, 33 in Milton, 37 in Pensacola, 41 in Destin, 31 in Leakesville, and 33 in Pascagoula. That is definitely cold. So that's where we're probably going to see our first freeze. Would not be surprised if we saw a freeze advisory or such be issued, but because confidence is not as high at this time, this is still a week out, we'll continue to see the confidence grow on if we're going to see our first freeze or not. But models are definitely hinting at it, and the possibility is definitely there. So this is your time to make sure you realize this, take care of those plants, take care of those pipes, and all these are things that you want to keep track of as we get closer, just so you have a heads up. But with this warming trend, so this is after our warm temperatures. Look at this. We have 77 degrees on Wednesday. Keep in mind, average is around 74 degrees this time of year, and this is our departure from normal map. We have 9 degrees higher for an average on Saturday of 81 degrees. And then look at on Monday, 15 degrees below our average temperature of 74 degrees. That is a huge difference. We're going to be 10 degrees below average for our Tuesday at 62 degrees. So if you like the warm weather, it's here until through the weekend. But if you like the cool weather, it'll happen after the weekend. So a little bit of that teeter-totter in the forecast going on right now. This is just to give you that breakdown. So overall, just to give you a summary, that first front brings in moisture. It increases it, and scattered showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two are possible. Some of them could bring some gusty winds maybe, but this front then stalls so we stay warm and humid through Saturday. Then that second front approaches. It's going to be a lot stronger, but not a lot of rain is associated with it. What it really will do is make our temperatures fall fast on Sunday afternoon or possibly into the evening. We have the wind shift from the north, so dry air starts to flood in. So we'll see those clear skies and calm winds in extremely dry air, which creates a perfect setup for radiational cooling, which will give us those extremely cool temperatures, especially Monday night into Tuesday and possibly Tuesday as well. So overall, what this means for us, the important part is you just need to get prepared. We have this confidence increasing, especially with this high pressure settling overhead Monday night with clear skies and calm winds. And here's what this means for us. Plants, you need to take care of them. Bring in potted plants. Cover sensitive plants that can't be moved. If you have pets outside, make sure that they have a warm shelter at night. If it's cold for you, it's cold for them. For your pipes, wrap or insulate exposed outdoor pipes. Disconnect hoses from outdoor faucets. A last minute chance is Sunday afternoon. Temperatures crash quickly after the front. Don't wait until Monday night to do so. The final takeaway, Front 1 brings the rain, front 2 brings the coolest air of the season and likely our first freeze. Warm and humid air Friday and Saturday, cold and frosty by Tuesday morning. Fall will rise abruptly, that's for sure, but we feel like spring for the first portion of this weekend, and then we're going to feel, I would say, more like winter with how cool these temperatures are going to be. So that's really the breakdown of what we're expecting in the forecast. Do keep in mind this is about a week out, 5 to 7 days out, so this can likely change. Some things are going to change as we get closer to this weekend as these fronts slowly approach our area. So make sure you stay with the Fox 10 weather team, the storm tracking team, as we go on through this week to get more updates. I'm meteorologist Hannah Fink, and thank you for joining me for Next Weather.